What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. 9 nights away from WrestleMania. 40 years of WrestleMania. More than likely, most of you guys not even around 40 years ago. But such is the case. 40 years of WrestleMania, and we celebrate that next Saturday and Sunday night. Two uploads already live on the channel from earlier today. Make sure you check them out. Heavy on the lady content. The women are making the rounds in the news cycle, especially Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, and a separate upload talking about Paul Levesque McMahon's booking of the women, or not booking them, I should say, in regards to WrestleMania. So make sure you check those uploads out. In this upload, we're going to kind of continue that theme, actually, because Piper Niven is taking some jabs over at WWE. Piper Niven. Kind of shading Paul Levesque McMahon and the way they book the ladies. Wait till you hear what Piper Niven said. It's all in good fun. It popped BC for sure, but it does give you some insight on how the ladies backstage actually think of the way they're being booked. So we'll talk about what Piper Niven said, her joke, and we're also going to discuss a little bit more on the serious side. A former WWE female on their roster. Used to be a WWE talent. Now she is, she has graced us with her elegance in TNA. And she is calling a current WWE female on the roster, she's calling her a knockoff Barbie. Whoa, heavy hitting here, man, because this female is highly praised, not just by the talent backstage, but by the fans, including BC, by the way. So we'll talk all about that. That's coming up in this upload. But real quick, I just want to go over some numbers with you guys. I know some of you guys don't want to talk ratings and numbers. In that case, earmuffs, right? La 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 la. Block your ears for a little bit. But numbers do give us a good insight on what is working, what is not working. When people say, well, they don't matter today because most people are watching on streaming services or highlights the next day or whatever the case may be. Well, that's the problem, right? Numbers will give us an insight on who's watching live on the big screen as it happens, because that's what you truly want. So, let's start with Monday Night Raw. This week's Raw went up from last week's 1.69. Raw pulled in 1.73 with a 0.57 demo. This is up 4% from last week's demo. So, up in every area is Raw. Now, this was without The Rock advertised. So no doubt once people found out Rock was there, that probably helped out afterwards. CM Punk being advertised most likely helped out. And the fact that it was not a bad show this Monday. Can't believe I'm saying that after 10 years of really bad shows. And especially even when Paul Levesque McMahon took over, in many areas even worse. But this past Monday, I feel it delivered, even if at bare minimum, man, it was pretty good. And that ending, Attitude Era-esque, is what it's being described as. And I'm fully on board with that description. Just a good Raw in the right direction is where this is headed if they can keep it up. So to jump from that dismal 1.6 to get back into the 1.7s, that is a foundation. Now keep going from there, 1.8, 1.9, and try to crawl, dig your way back to 2.0 somehow. That might be obviously well after Mania, and unfortunately after Mania, you start to see a little bit of a decline again, but they can't afford that, because where do you go, 1.3, 1.4? So no doubt The Rock and CM Punk greatly helped out the number, but everybody else did their part. And this is with, and I never use competition as an excuse, never. Even if you're going to get whooped by your competition, you put out your best product and put up the best number that you possibly can. Leave it all on the field. But I will say that there was a massive NCAA women's basketball game with Caitlin Clark that pulled in over 5 million viewers. So you got to believe if that wasn't on, yeah, you could have probably touched 1.8. But I never use that as an excuse. But 1.73 with 5 million viewers on a women's basketball NCAA, man. That's the power of Caitlin Clark, I tell you. but they were still able to go up. Now, AEW, on the other hand, not so fortunate. This week's Dynamite, I do have the rating. The rating just came out maybe 4 or 5 minutes ago. So there could be a slight adjustment, but it'll only be slight. And unfortunately, you talk about dismal. This is not good at all. AEW Dynamite pulling 747,000 viewers. This is down from last week's 798, which was really bad, obviously. Especially with Mercedes Moné, who, there's no secret, that's BC's top female wrestler on the planet. I just have such high praise. I feel she's everybody's best match. She's just that good. And it's not just her booking already, just 3 straight weeks of just having her talk. Mercedes' strong points is not having her talk, though. I'm not saying just chuck her in matches, but damn, the booking. This is what I mean. You had all this time before she got there. Have a plan drawn out. It can't be something like she just talks for 6 or 7 weeks and one day faces Willow Nightingale. There has to be more. This is Mercedes, FKA Sasha Banks. And when you have just those little puzzle pieces that are not where they belong, the whole train will go off the tracks. And before you know it, your number is 747, just 2 weeks after one of the biggest wrestling debuts that AEW could possibly even imagine, getting Sasha Banks. And within 2 weeks, you're under 750. 747,000. Don't forget, it wasn't long ago when their niche was 950 on average. 950, no matter what happened, they were always around that 950,000. And to see them now under 750. And I do also, I want to add, I do have the demo as well, a .23 in their 18 to 49 demo. That is also down from their .27. So in every metric and area, unfortunately, this show was down and down significantly. And to add on to that, a lot of people, again, that don't want to talk ratings, they say, well, they don't really matter today like they did because there's the streaming services or there's the highlights the next day. Well, AEW doesn't have to worry about the streaming services, I can assure you of that. And as far as the DVR and everything else, that's the point. Who is watching? Who feels the need to watch this show, not just they want to, right? You don't give fans the option, right? It should be so good they have to tune in live. So if you're going to go with the highlights excuse, guys, do you realize that no segment from last night, as it stands right now, as of this recording, no segment from Dynamite has pulled even 175,000 viewers? No segment from last night has pulled 175,000 viewers. Just 175. Nowhere near 250,000. Not the main event segment, no segment at all. Now, some people are saying that it wasn't going to be a good number anyway because there was wrestling heavy, and it was. From what I am hearing, every match was roughly, if not breaking 20 minutes. Again, that's good for the niche, but not good when your niche is going backwards, right? Not when your niche is also saying, this is no longer fun, I'm out. And that's what's happening. So you can put together 3, 4, 5 20-minute matches. It's going to do you no good in the long run. Pro wrestling, at the level that Tony Khan is on anyway, will never survive at that rate. You have to build on your TV shows to get to the pay-per-views. That's where you can put on all these bangers that we scream, this is awesome. You know, everybody likes to go through the motions and claim that every single match these days is awesome, but they're never going back to watch them again. In fact, the viewership is showing you that people are tuning out. They don't want to watch one 20-minute match after another 20-minute match after another 20-minute match. And I know there's fans out there that go, yes, we do, BC. I got you. Trust me. You're part of the 747. I got you. Trust me. I hear you. I'm saying, in the grand scheme, if you're trying to grow your pro wrestling business, this business model will never work. And unfortunately, it's playing out in real time. Within just 1 year, they have lost 200,000 plus viewers, and they didn't have 200 to spare. They were only garnering 950. You cannot afford to lose a quarter of your audience in 1 year. If that was to happen again, do you guys realize they're pulling 550? 550, they're playing around with NXT numbers. If you notice, we don't even talk NXT anymore because nobody watches. It's a shame because I felt last week they had a good mix. They're around that 800,000 mark. You just have to now get word around that, hey, this is getting better. They're trying a variety of things. That's when you're not going to see it all in 1 week. So it's almost like Tony Khan is trying a bunch of things, right? He put it promo heavy last week. This week he goes wrestling heavy. And just between the 2 weeks, you see that promo heavy is going to outweigh wrestling heavy on a regular TV show any day of the week. That's always going to happen. That's a wild number, 747. Anyway, guys, that's the ratings. Sorry, not sorry if I brought the mood down, but I was going to talk Raw rating. I just got the AEW rating 4 or 5 minutes before I started recording, so I said, let's rock it. Now, let's get on to the ladies. Again, 2 uploads already earlier today, and it was really female heavy. A lot of the news has to do with the females, especially Becky Lynch and what she said about Ronda Rousey. A lot of people saying, where's the lies, BC? I hear you. I mean, I always supported Ronda Rousey. So it sucks to kind of hear what Becky is saying in that light, but there is a lot of truth to it, right? That WrestleMania match was heavily rehearsed. And then even BC told you guys that's going to be hard to top because they're not going to do that with Ronda every match. And sure enough, we know what happened since. So anyway, check those uploads out, guys. For this is something. Check this out. So Dana Brooke, former WWE star Dana Brooke, she's now Ash by Elegance over in TNA Wrestling. Natty started all this. She didn't mean to. She was giving a compliment. In today's 2024, you could give a compliment and get in trouble. So Natty has a harmless message over to Dana Brooke, and it's just, hey, your swanton bomb is fire, right? Because there was this clip of Dana, of Ash by Elegance doing this swanton, and Natty wants to compliment the move. But of course, fans get wind of this, and they start chiming in with Tiffany Stratton comparisons. So, without knowing it, Natty sets off this firestorm. So, Ash by Elegance responds, funny thing is, I've been doing it for years, and she loves to steal everyone's moves and gimmicks. Knockoff Barbie. Now, she's referring to Tiffany Stratton here, guys, in case you're wondering. Knockoff Barbie, bro. Those are gloves off words. But to say that she loves to steal everyone's moves and gimmicks, that tells you that this has been talked about not just by Brooke, that this has been conversations for the ladies. So Tiffany Stratton, who has a huge support system, fans and other wrestlers, there was a lot of backlash to Ash. So Ash responds to the backlash. Haters are always going to want to at me, but the first ones that want a picture with me. So she wasn't backing down, she was doubling down on her words and even going after the, quote, haters. Damn. Now here's the thing. I've always liked Dana Brooke. You guys know that. I've had this channel over 5 years. And for the OG subscribers, you guys know I've always liked Dana Brooke. I totally understand why there's no connection with a lot of the base. I also understand the poor booking and just bad situations they put her in. But I always liked Dana. And it's cool that her career is continuing on. That's a heavy fight to pick, though, with Tiff Stratton. And you guys know I'm a massive supporter of Tiffany Stratton. I just think she is so damn good this early in her career. And she just has the look, the presence, and again, the skill set, the talent. It's so flawless that it looks like she's not trying, and that could piss off a lot of people because she's so good. I say that about Dustin Rhodes and Randy Orton, right? They're so good it looks like they're not trying, but they actually are. There's a lot of athletes that are the same way. Tiffany Stratton is that type. She's just so damn good. Like, her at 60% is better than most at 100%. So it's not just BC. She has a big support, a lot of fans. Let's just put it that way. She has a core group in the locker room that supports her and a lot of fans. That's heavy words That's a big fight to pick with Tiffany Stratton to say she's a knockoff Barbie that has been stealing moves for years. Well, she's only been doing this a couple of years, so that means since she's gotten there, she's been stealing moves. I don't know the authenticity of Ash by Elegance's words. That could be true. You know, she watched and put some of these moves in her arsenal. Obviously, there's a cardinal rule in pro wrestling. You always ask somebody who has established a move. It's not like these wrestlers created the DDT or a pile driver or power bomb or a spear, but you also, you know, if that's somebody's shtick on that night and they've been doing it longer than you, or it's more vivid for their character, you do ask, you know, and it's just an honor system. So that is true. But, you know, then it goes to, even if Tiffany Stratton wasn't like a moonsault, everybody's doing. It's like a spear. I mean, even Jey Uso is knocking people out with spear. Little Jey, right? It's one thing if it's Goldberg or Roman Reigns, you know, the spear. But little Jey Uso is knocking people out with a spear. I mean, at this point, Tozawa's going to be hitting it. They'll bring back Hornswoggle. His move will be the spear. Moonsaults, everybody's doing it. Io's doing it, right? The over the moonsault. And then there's the prettiest moonsault ever with Tiffy-Time. Tiffy-Time. That still pops, BC. What time is it? Tiffy-Time. Vader time. Anybody remember Big Van Vader? Anyway, the point is that, I mean, I know her whole arsenal, basically, right? And I'm thinking any moves that were stolen, these are moves that anybody could do anyway. I think it's just magnified because Tiffany Stratton is so damn good, so she's under that microscope. But she's so good that, okay, even if she gives you back 2 or 3 moves that could have possibly been stolen, I'm pretty sure she's still going to be cheered by the majority, even as a heel. That's how good she is. As a heel, she's being cheered. So I don't know. Maybe it sounds like this has been a discussion between Dana Brooke in WWE and other females. So, maybe this was just an ongoing... Maybe this is just one of those ongoing things. There was I think it was Netflix. There was a special. What was his name? Carlos Mendoza. Is that what it was? Maybe it was Carlos Mendoza. He's a comedian from back in the day. And apparently he was stealing jokes and he's been doing it for years. And I think it was Joe Rogan that finally one day in a club just called him out on it and said, dude, why are you stealing all of our jokes? And ever since, this comedian, it was never the same. His career was pretty much done because his jokes were stolen. I mean, that's a big deal as a comedian. And back in the day, you didn't have the YouTube or anything like that where you could easily say, hey, that was stolen. So for pro wrestling, I think it's a lot different though. With the moves, I mean, you really have to know that Tiffany Stratton was vividly watching Dana Brooke matches nonstop and taking Dana's moves and saying, that's who I want to embody. That's who I want to be like. That's the moves I want to perform. I don't know, man. That was huge. A knockoff Barbie. And now it's got BC thinking, is she really Barbie, though? Let's put the side-by-side in post-edit. What do you say, man? Tiffy on the left, Barbie on the right. Oh, there you go. All right, well, you know what? No offense to Barbie, but I think Tiffany Stratton is hotter. They should have casted Tiffy-Time. Anyway, I support both ladies, so I don't know if Tiffany's going to respond to that. As of now, she's not. She's just literally having fun with the WrestleMania schedule. Everybody's talking about, what do you have, Tiffany? Why are you not booked in anything? What is Triple H doing? And Tiffany Stratton just had some fun with it. She's like, just in case you're wondering, Thursday, Tiffy-Time. Friday, Tiffy-Time. Saturday, night 1 of WrestleMania, Tiffy-Time. Night 2 of WrestleMania, Tiffy-Time. Thank you, stop asking. That's literally what she put. We put that up in the last upload we did a few hours ago. But she's just having fun with it. Listen, I have nothing, but it doesn't matter because every day is Tiffy-Time. Speaking of Paul Levesque McMahon's booking, by the way. This is funny. This is a good way to end this upload. Piper Niven. Now, there's a WWE show called Speed. It's debuting in April. And I guess from what I'm hearing is it's just a bunch of matches that are just 3 minutes in length. 3 minutes in length. So this is a lot of people's first time ever experiences. I'll just leave it at that, I'm sure. But so Piper Niven says the following about WWE Speed. 3-minute matches, ? Ladies, it's our time to shine. Wait. What do you mean it's not for us? Of course, this is poking at WWE's booking of the ladies, and it continued on from Vincent Kennedy to Paul Levesque McMahon, how they just get a bunch of 2 to 3 minute matches, jobber entrances. You just saw it again this past week. So then when somebody said, well, you're going to piss off HHH, Piper Niven said, shh. Don't be grassing me up to the big man. Mama P will be having no minute matches if we keep that up. So she's saying, don't rap me out to the boss man. But, I mean, 3-minute matches, I could have sworn that was designed specifically for us. Piper Niven with the jokes, bro. Too funny. All right, that's what I got for you guys in this upload. Until next time, and there will be that next time. Top guys, we're out. BC in the amplified unit saying check you. Peace.